recover out loud so others don't have to die in silence.
Exactly.
And I'm super vulnerable, and I'm super I chose men and drugs over my kids.
Right.
And yes, it's the guilt and the shame from that was unbearable at times, but I've learned to forgive myself and know that there's other girls out there that have gone through that, and they have so much guilt and shame from it, like sticking a needle in their arm and numbing it. You know, you don't have to do that.
Welcome back to the Hopeaholics podcast. I'm your girl, Natalie Eva Marie.
And I'm Chad Carlson, and you're listening to the #1 addiction and mental health podcast.
And you guys, if you or a loved one is struggling, make sure you head to askevamarie.com or chaddick.com and chat with one of our AI companions 24/7.
Or text the number right here on the screen.
Together, we are breaking the stigma around addiction and mental health.
And fighting the fentanyl epidemic.
Now, let's get into the episode.
Christin Day,
Why don't I have it?
welcome to the Hopeaholics podcast. Did you hear me, Natalie? Christin Day, welcome to the Hopeaholics podcast. We are 25 seconds live.
Oh my gosh.
So basically everything.
My life?
Everything. Huh? How's it going?
It's going great.
What I just want to ask you a couple silly
Absolutely.
questions right off the bat. What do you think about the weather today?
I mean, it's very,
Doom and gloom?
yeah,
Fuck, I hate it, dude.
I do too.
I
I'm not
literally- Me neither.
ugh. And my hair frizzes, and then
Girl,
I'm like,
same.
ugh. And I ran out of hairspray this morning,
You
so I was,
did?
yes, I was really pissed off.
What brand hairspray do you use?
Big sexy.
I like that.
The bigger the hair, the higher to God. Isn't that what they say?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
So like,
Closer
I
to
mean,
God,
is that stuff coming back? Because remember, I'm old, so just let's start with that.
How old?
51.
Okay.
So in the 80s, my sisters
Mm-hmm.
used to Aquanet the shit out
Hell
of their
yeah.
hair.
Mhm.
Aquanet is,
And Aquanet was bomb though, and all the girls will wear Aquanet,
absolutely.
and that shit was flammable,
It very much.
like extremely.
A lot
you
of
guys-
alcohol
Wait, do
in
you guys remember the movie Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
Yes.
Okay, there's one scene where she sneaks out and then they use the hairspray and like light it with
With the lighter.
With a
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like eat flame bozo
Yeah.
to the dog.
Yeah, I was
wild.
at a party, and I would always just have a lighter in my hand because I smoked cigarettes and drank and whatever.
Yeah.
And I walked up behind this girl and I flicked it. Fucking,
I'm like,
her sweater went up in flames,
Oh,
and it
shit.
started catching her hair on fire.
ooh,
Yeah.
ouch.
Needless to say, she was not happy with me. That she almost lost her whole entire head of
The
hair.
hair?
Jesus, I'd be pissed.
I would be pissed.
I'm like, careful, it's flammable.
Right.
Me and all my buddies were patting her out, and she was like freaking out, like,
Oh
what's
my
going on?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah. So good times, man. Aquanet.
Gotta love the 80s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I loved the 80s. It was good times. Well, this was probably more like, because that it went into the 90s too. The
Mhm.
big hair. I graduated high school, so it was supposed to graduate in 92. I didn't actually ever graduate.
Okay. I
Yeah.
graduated in 99.
99.
Yeah.
What about you, Eva?
02.
02.
I was supposed to graduate in 01,
Hmm.
but
Oh, you crushed it.
I did.
Oh, so you're an
Oh.
overachiever.
A little bit.
All right.
I mean, I just make stupid ass decisions. So I was a teen mom.
Oh,
So I went to a teen parenting school.
Oh.
and did all that. So
nice.
yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah, my dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. You know, I'd get comfortable, we'd move. And my parents got divorced when I was 8, and I went and lived with my mom in Arizona for a little bit. And then my mom and my stepdad got sick of my shit, and they were like, pack it, let's go. You're going to your dad's. And I moved to my dad's in Colorado, and you know, he had gotten remarried and all of that. And I was like, ugh, you're not my mom. I don't have to listen to you. So I went back and forth between the two of them a lot. And then I moved out to Arizona in 96 and kind of stayed.
Nice.
So
How old were you when you moved back to Arizona?
13.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, I started having sex at a young age. Like peer pressure was a thing. And I was such a follower when I was younger, which is crazy because now it's completely different. And I started having sex. And my problem is, like, I drink the water, I get pregnant. I walk by you, I get pregnant. You look at me, I get pregnant. Thank God I had a hysterectomy because I probably have 10 kids. True, you know. And I ended up getting pregnant at 14. And yeah. And I went to my mom and I was like, listen, like, I'm pregnant. And she's like, we ain't doing this shit. You're going to get an abortion. We're going to the clinic. And I went to the clinic and got an abortion. And then 2 years later, I ended up pregnant again. And at that point, like, I had already been kicked out of one of the schools. I went to a charter school where all the fuck ups go. And then when I found out I was pregnant for the second time, it was like, I didn't want to be a statistic. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of girls quitting school and I wanted to finish. So that's where I overachieved. And I went to a teen parenting school where I could, like, work at my own pace. And I graduated a year and a half early. And I was 4 months pregnant. And at that time, like, I had asked my parents to allow me to get married. And I got married at 16. Yeah. So... you know, I'm preparing to have my son and everything is great. And I end up having a miscarriage at 6 months, super traumatic, you know. No kid should ever have to go through that. No woman, period. And yeah, it put a lot of damper between my marriage and I'm a kid. Like, I don't know how to be a wife. I don't know how to be a mom. And when I had the stillborn, it was just, you know, it was really hard. So my husband ended up joining the military, and unfortunately, he can't keep his thing in his pants, and, you know, and it cheated on me, and came home from basic training. I may have taken a butcher knife and tried to cut objects off of his body. I was unsuccessful, thankfully. But I remember that night and the cops showed up and I was like, the cop's like, what did you do? And I was like, oh, I had his thing like this and the knife like this. And I went and he squirmed and screamed and yeah, I missed. So thankfully.
That's
Lorena
Lorena Bobbitt.
I'd say that's my long lost cousin.
Fuck. What were you drinking and using and everything at that
Not
point?
at all. I was just so fucked up in my head.
Sure.
Like, I can't believe I'm 16.
Yeah.
You know? He ended up getting transferred out to Fort Hood, Texas, and moved out there and, you know, and with the Army and stuff, and called me a couple months later and was like, listen, like, we're married. Let's make this work. I had nothing going here. You know, I had graduated high school and everything, but at that point, I had started using drugs and alcohol to suppress the feelings from losing my son and now, you know, mourning my husband as well. And I went out there and I got pregnant right away, you know, and I turned 17 and it was like, again, he started cheating and, you know, and now I'm stuck in Texas away from my entire family. I had never been away that far. And I was about 9 months pregnant, and he got dishonorably discharged out of the military. Wow. And they don't care if you're pregnant. They take your benefits, his benefits, and send you on your way. And that's what happened. And mom came out, mom's biggest enabler, biggest supporter, you know, came out and saved me and moved me back to Arizona, and I had my son. And I started life over, you know. And at first it was like, I'm going to do everything possible. I'm going to be the best mom, you know, and I was doing everything that I needed to. I started going to college. I got a full ride scholarship to ASU West, and I was thriving, you know. I was doing really good. I filed for my divorce, and I did good for a little bit until I didn't, you know. And at first it was like I got introduced to meth as like dropping packages off and just taking them down the street and then making a couple dollars. You know, I wasn't getting child support or anything, so it was a lot. And I was delivering packages over the border, and yeah. And I got involved in things that I shouldn't have, you know, and I started doing it. Like, oh, I can just do just a tiny bit, and I can go to my 3 jobs. I can do college full time, and I can take care of my kid. And once I put drugs and alcohol into my system, I can't stop. So my house gets raided. I lose my scholarship, lose a couple jobs, and life comes spiraling down. I gave my parents temporary guardianship of my son, and I was a full-fledged tweaker by then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I ended up, again, like, I started using, and I'm pregnant, and at this point, I'm about 6 months pregnant, and I got arrested. I had sold 2 ounces of meth to an undercover cop. And yeah, I got arrested, but I'm super grateful for that experience because I don't know that I would have been able to stop if I didn't, you know, and sometimes God does for us what we can't do for ourselves. Yeah. And I ended up in jail, which was, you know, it was a good experience for me. I needed that, you know, and my mom's like, started going to Al-Anon and learning like that tough love. And I'm like, who the fuck is teaching her this? Like, where is she learning this? Yeah. You know, and they would come to visit. And I'm like, Mom, please bond me out. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to have this baby.
And you're pregnant at this time, right?
6 months.
How old are you at this time?
At this point, I'm like 20.
Okay.
19, 20. And my parents finally have like a moment of clarity, like my baby daddy isn't doing anything. He's not getting me out. And the stipulation to bonding me out is that you need to go to treatment and you need to find a place that you can take your daughter because I'm already raising one of your children. I'm not going to raise the other one. And I was like, okay. And I found a treatment center that allowed me and my daughter to go. I got there and God showed up in my life. That baby was born 3 weeks early, 9 pounds, 22 and a half inches long, and not a trace of meth in her.
Wow.
That's God, you know? Like I said, you know, I used meth until I was 6 months pregnant.
Oh,
that baby.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That baby could have came out any which way, you know? And I did good for a little bit, you know? My daughter was born December 17th, 2003, so that's when I really got like introduced to CMA and starting to, you know, do the program and going to meetings and everything. I always say in my story, like drugs and alcohol I can put down, but men were my addiction, you know? I went to relationship trying to fill a daddy void. And it was rough. But family can come and like visit at Christmas and all of that. And they came and my mom's like, oh my God, this place is gross. And I was like, yeah, they have bed bugs. My mom's like, pack your shit, let's go, come home. And I went home. So I really started like diving into the program and men were my problem. So I became a lesbian for a little bit. Don't recommend it. No offense, respectfully, bitches are crazy.
For sure.
And, you know, and...
don't worry, I went through my phase as well.
I think all girls do.
I think so, too.
I really do.
Yeah.
You know, and, I met a girl, and she was a stripper and a single mom, and I'm a single mom, and you know...
this is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Total trauma bond, you know, and
match made in the strip club.
The strip club. And we would rob dudes for everything that they had. You know, we were on this whole like fuck men thing. No offense, but yeah.
Yeah.
And
none taken.
Hated them.
Yeah.
You know? And so she's like starting to like disappear in the bathroom. And at this time I have no coping skills. So I'm like, bust out. I want to get high with you. I want to be on your level. And that little girl that I was dropping off at the babysitters, it wasn't just, you know, some random person. It was a person that I've known over half my life. And I thought it was like 8 to 10 hours, and it's like 2 to 3 days. And she's calling me like, Christin, what's going on? You know, you said that you would be here 5 hours ago, and you haven't shown up. And I just said, like, listen, like, I can't give this little girl what she deserves. And I asked them to adopt her.
Oh, wow.
And it was an open adoption. She knows that I'm her mom. Her adopted parents are a huge part of my recovery. I don't know that I would be where I am today if it wasn't for them. She's 21 now.
Wow.
You know, and we're so close. So close. But yeah, I gave her up for adoption, and they have allowed me to literally be in everything. You know, I can say, like, her adopted mom has literally pulled me out of dope houses. Like, come on, we're not doing this anymore. And let me, you know, get back on my feet and get in there and be there for my daughter. So I meet this guy in like the strip club. And again, like, I'm not a lesbian. I drop the stripper and I get with this guy, and he's 45. I'm 21. And I'm like, oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
He's the love of my life, you know, tattoos and biker. And I'm like, this is my style, you know? And I clean up for a little bit, and I do good. And I'm bringing him home to my parents, and my mom's like, this is disgusting. Like, he's the same age as me. And I'm like, but Mom, I love him, and my life is complete with him. And I'm starting to see both of my kids, and I get pregnant, you know, again, you know, but this one was planned. So like, he had a vasectomy reversal, and we planned to have this child. And he was going back and forth from Arizona to California out here. And he had owned a tattoo shop in Van Nuys. And he was going home to check on the wife and kids. My men picker is no bueno. Thank God placed my husband in my life, because my track record with men is not there, you know? And life came crumbling down again. And now I'm pregnant with my third child, and I'm just like, what the hell am I going to do? You know? And my daughter's adopted parents allowed me to move in, get on my feet, and I did good for a little while. My problem is that I've always used meth as a weight loss drug, you know?
Yeah.
I was always a bigger girl. And about 3 years ago, I had gastric bypass, so I lost literally 125 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. I this time around, like, I had gained like 100 pounds in sobriety, and I was just like, I can't keep doing this, you know? But yeah, I have this little girl, and I'm thriving, and I get married.
Where's the tattoo guy?
The tattoo guy, I meet him in 2019.
No,
Oh,
that one.
the
other
Hell's
one.
okay.
Yeah, that one. Oh, he was that. Should we bleep that out?
No, not at all. Like,
Okay.
you know, I don't know where he is now.
Oh, wow. Okay, so when he left to go back to California for his so-called either like checking in whatever wife and kids or his tattoo shop, he just like stayed and left?
Disappeared. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Seen his daughter once.
After
Once?
he literally reversed his vasectomy and planned to have a baby with you. Dope.
Dipped. I know.
Wow.
I know. But it's
Yeah,
a
of
blessing.
course.
You know what I
Of
mean? Like, my daughter didn't need that. And
Yeah, it does. You know, sometimes that stuff ends up being a blessing, because it can cause instability.
Right.
And
Sure.
Sometimes it's better to not have the other parent
right.
than to have
In and out.
an in and out, unstable.
Very good, very bad, very good. The
Right.
highs and lows and roller coaster. Yeah.
I mean, both ways, kids get
Yeah.
a little messed up, because like my oldest daughter,
Yeah.
her mom's a heroin addict and was never in her life. I mean, she was for like the first couple of years,
Right.
and I think up until 3, and then I was awarded. She didn't show up to court,
And you were
her
awarded.
and I was awarded full custody,
Yeah.
and she got no rights at all.
Wow.
And once that happened, she never came back. She would call me like once a year, and you know, it was just terrible. But my daughter always, and my
Did she
daughter
ever call you for help though? Like,
no,
okay.
never. She would call me because it was her birthday, Aurora's
gotcha.
birthday. But Aurora, when she was younger, she remembered her mom up until she doesn't remember now. Now she doesn't remember her mom ever being in her life in the
Right.
beginning.
Right.
But like when she was 7, she would, sit around and be like, I know my mom's going to come back soon. You know?
I'm going through that with my stepson right now. Like, I've had him since he was 3.
Yeah.
And we have sole custody, and it's, his mom's sick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's heartbreaking, especially now because my youngest, I lost her. My
Yeah.
rights were severed. She was adopted by my little sister, and I didn't see her for 3 years.
Yeah.
Once I started doing meth and heroin in 2015, literally 32 days, I stuck a needle in my arm. I lost everything. It happened that quick.
Yeah.
And, I'm fighting this DCS case in 2015, and I'm like, I got to get away from this guy. He's my drug, and my poor kid, like, she went through a lot and seeing a lot. My other 2, because my son was raised by my parents and my daughter Alyssa was by her adopted parents, they were kind of sheltered from everything. But my youngest really seen a lot. Abusive relationships, like walking in and I had gotten stabbed in the head with a butter knife. And I'm like, oh, I fell. Or, oh, I have a black eye. Oh, the TV fell off the thing. And, just making those excuses. And I'm the only one believing my bullshit. Everybody else is like, what are you doing? So in 2015, I went to treatment and, I did good for about 9 months. And then I got cocky, like, oh, I got this. Oh, I don't need to sponsor that girl today. Oh, I don't need to call my sponsor. And I was 3 weeks away from my reunification date with my daughter, and I got loaded, and my rights were severed, and she was adopted, and yeah, I didn't see her for 3 years. And my family had really like washed their hands of me. They were so over my shit that they just didn't want to hear it anymore. I promise I'm not going to do this. I promise I'm not going to go back to him. I promise. And I could never hold my promises. And at this point, it was just like, what am I doing? And the guilt and the shame from all of it. And like, I just wanted to die, I wanted to die. And I am in this abusive relationship where you're a piece of shit. You're never going to be anything. Your kids are better without you. And I tried anything and everything to kill myself. And I know now, like waking up in the hotel screaming, God, why am I still here? I know now that I have a purpose, and my purpose is to give hope and let people know that we do recover, but you got to do the work. The shit isn't going to be handed to you on a silver platter, so.
We get a daily reprieve too, man. And that's where, I almost started crying because you started telling a little bit of my story.
Yeah.
Like I just kept telling these lies to the people that I love.
Right.
And one of them was my ex-wife and my children, and things are going to be different this time.
Yep.
And I'm going to come back, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Empty promises.
I'm going to do
So
good.
many.
I'm going to do good. And like, I mean, my story is a lot like yours. Like, I mean, I had years of sobriety, but then I relapsed, and I just couldn't put
do it.
time together anymore.
Right.
If it wasn't for like probation or drug court or some other, entity keeping me sober, the most I think I could put together was like a 90 days. I think maybe one time I did 6 months.
Right.
And it was like, and I'm one of those people that like, I get healthy quick. I look, after 30
Right.
days, I look like, fuck, dude, you got like a year clean or something.
Right. Totally.
And
I get it.
And I had so much program knowledge that I could spit game all day.
You could fake it.
And I did, but you know what the crazy shit is? I didn't know I was faking it.
Right. You were believing your
I was
own.
believing my own fucking bullshit.
Yeah. No, I get that 1,000%.
What took you to your final run?
Honestly, it was, I had lost my daughter. I called my dad and my sister and I just said, like, I had gotten in a fight with my ex, and I said, listen, like, if you don't come and get me, he's going to fucking kill me, and you're going to verify my body in the morgue. And, like, I'm just done. And my sister's like, what's going to be different this time? You know, like, you've lost your kid. You're on probation. Like, what are you doing? What's going to be different? And I said, I don't know. I don't know, but just please come and get me. And they came in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. and got me. And I never looked back.
Wow.
I jumped back in. You know, I had knowledge of the program. I probably could have went to treatment, but this time around, like, I just submerged myself into the program and doing meetings and sponsoring and step work, and my life completely changed. I wasn't doing it to appease DCS this time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't doing it to appease my family. I was finally doing it for myself. And I always say, like, kids are a good motivator, but you're never going to stay sober for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living proof. I had everything in the palm of my hand. 3 weeks of my reunification date with my daughter, and I ended up with a needle in my arm.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Right.
That's what real addicts
do. For sure.
Like, we sabotage, and I mean, it's almost like, thank God that happened, because if you would have reunificated with her, you'd have got loaded 3 weeks after.
Right.
And the damage that does,
right,
is more significant.
For sure.
You know, like, God was looking out for you.
And I'm super grateful for that relapse and everything that has happened, because my life today, beyond my wildest dreams.
Yeah.
I got married in sobriety. My husband absolutely loves me. He's also in the program. And we've had the opportunity to get sole custody of both of his kids.
Wow.
And now I get to be the mom that I'm supposed to be, you know? But it has taken some extensive therapy with all of that, you know? The guilt and the shame from that is sometimes unbearable. And I had to seek some outside help, you know? Like, I can learn how to put the drugs and the alcohol down, but this stuff that's inside, and I always say, like, if you don't heal from your past trauma, you're going to bleed onto others that have never hurt you. I don't want to bleed onto my husband, and I sure in the hell don't want to bleed on to those kids, you know? I fucked my kids up. I don't want to fuck them up, you know? So I'm doing everything in my power to, like, change that whole thing, the whole lifestyle, everything. And I get to be the mom that I was meant to be, you know, and it's a beautiful thing, but it does take work. It's not all rainbows and unicorns right away.
No.
You know, it's not.
Even down the road, it's not. It's even down the road, it's not. But, like, what's beautiful about the program is that we have tools,
right,
and we have support,
right,
and we have something bigger than us, a power greater than ourselves that, you know, is there no matter what.
My relationship with God is, like, solid now, you know? And before, it was like I was angry at God, you know? You took my kids. I made those choices.
Yeah.
Those were my my doings.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
So I was about 5 years sober, and my bonus daughter had came, and she was living with us, and she was like, I want to get baptized. And I was like, I want to get baptized too, you know? And I had really was doing a lot of therapy. And at this point, like, I feel like I have 1,000 pounds on my chest, you know, and I can't breathe. And it's from the guilt and the shame. And I remember in January of 2023, like, I'm going to church religiously, and I'm getting closer with God, and we take the classes together and we get baptized, and my husband and the pastor baptized both of us. And I remember, like, going under that water and, like, coming back up, and it was like, whew, I can breathe.
Wow.
Everything is washed away, and I'm not holding on to that guilt and that shame, you know? I have a relationship with my kids. My youngest, she still kind of keeps me at arm's distance, and I don't blame her. You know, I know that when God feels that it's fit, she'll be there. And I'll be in the healthiest form that I can to let her, you know, to be there for her. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of guilt and a lot of shame, but
Well, I mean, even with you know, having the I heard you call them bonus children.
yes,
Come into your life, it can bring up more of that guilt and shame because
sure.
now you're like,
How am I going to raise somebody else's kids when I couldn't raise my own?
yeah,
Yeah. That was a hard thing a hard pill to swallow, you know, and
then on top of that, wondering how your children feel about it.
that
Like,
right
why
there.
couldn't she
Right.
do that for me?
And let me tell you, I did get that text, you know, why couldn't you do this for me? But now you can do it for them. And thankfully that I'm submerged in this program, I have, you know, therapy and I have tools to deal with that because I waited for that text message for 10 years, 9, you know, and your feelings are absolutely valid. And I'm sorry that I can't go back and change those things. All I can do is show you that my actions will speak louder than my words and that I'm trying to do everything I can to be a better person than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's all I can do, you know? And I suit up and I show up every freaking day. And I do this stuff like my life depends on it. Like I was saying to you guys, like it's a lifestyle, you know? You have to practice what you preach. And we have a lot of people that watch us. And I have, oh God, I have an opportunity to just be a better person and to show other people that we can recover from this, you know? But again, it takes so much work. And I do this every day, you know? I work in recovery.
We do too.
I know. I love it. I love it. So I get paid to do social media, and I do a podcast for the treatment center that I work for, Crossroads, and I do a lot of homeless outreach and just outreach in the community, you know. And I actually go back into the jails and the prisons now, which is amazing. The jail, I get to go into the same pod that I was locked up in 21 years ago.
Wow.
And take a meeting in there to those girls. And that is the most fulfilling thing. I love it. Grateful I never made it to prison. But going back into the prison right now is the best feeling in the world too. I just got to spend 2 days the other day or last week at Perryville Prison, and it's our women's facility. And I got to go to 4 of the yards and do like a resource fair. So when they're getting out of prison, giving them resources and letting them know these are the things that are available to you, because some of them don't know, you know, and just giving them, you know, a business card like, hey, when you get out, you're not alone. Reach out. There's somebody always there. I do meetings. I still, even 7.5 years sober, like I still do a couple meetings a week, and I have to. Plus I do my jail meeting every Sunday. And when I'm not recording my podcast, I try to do at least once to twice a month going on to Lumley, which is a max yard at Perryville, and taking that meeting in there and doing that. So again, life beyond my wildest dreams.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, man.
I mean, it's
Like-
honestly so beautiful because it just goes to show, like, yeah, it's difficult, a difficult road, but I have to say, like, thank God for social media in a positive way, because somebody out there that has something not even remotely close of the things that you've walked through,
Right.
from, you know, getting pregnant early on, it just goes to show the amount of courage it takes to be able to talk about something like that
Yeah.
a lot of women walk through, that stay in their addiction because of the guilt, because of
Right.
the shame, and
And they
having to
hide.
be able, exactly, and hiding it. And and then having yourself be able to talk about it
For sure.
and walk through all of that pain and all of that discomfort
Yeah.
is a beautiful thing. Is a testament of how the program really works.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And I have a problem saying no.
Sure.
Like,
I do too.
trying to find balance. I have like 14 sponsees right now. And
Good for you.
I just took another one on. And I also have a 9 and 11-year-old at home. And I have my husband. That's my third child. And yeah, so, you know, trying to be a role model to them and, you know, suiting up and showing up for these girls, it's a lot.
For sure.
You know? About a month ago, I lost my first sponsee, and that was super hard. You know, she was the first sponsee I ever had, first one I ever walked through the steps. I did a whole 3-year prison stint with her, and she got out. I was there to pick her up, and she had her moment. And one time using fentanyl killed her. This time, she had used it before, but this one time she had a 1.5 years sober, and it killed her. You know, the only thing that I can say out of her death is the most beautiful part is that she's an organ donor, and they were able to utilize her organs and donate them to 3 people.
Oh, wow.
So she saved 3 people's lives, you know, and such an ugly situation, but like being able to be there for her mom and show up, you know, we got to push her down the hallway into the OR, and her liver and her kidney went to one person, her other kidney went to another, and the heart went to another.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I think I'm still an addict. Like I think crazy stuff, you know, like I'm like, oh my God, are these people going to get their organs and then they're going to become drug addicts?
For real.
Are they going to crave like wanting to do fentanyl? And the doctor's like, no, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just have
That's
to
how
ask.
my brain would go.
Yeah. I think like,
I'm so sick that I would be like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
From her.
Right.
Because I don't want whatever, like, I don't want them
to
You
feel-
wouldn't. You wouldn't in the moment.
Well, of course, because it's life and death. So
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
you either get this or you die.
Right.
You're taking it.
Absolutely.
But like my head would go there too.
Yeah. And the nurse, she was like, honey, it doesn't work like that. And I'm just like, the extensive testing that they do on the organs to like see, it's wild to me because my friend just lost her husband to an overdose as well. Same situation, brain dead. And they weren't able to, you know, save him, but same organs. And I'm like, is this what fentanyl is like doing? Like they can preserve your...
Oh, damn.
Like these are, again, sick things that I think of.
Well, I mean, you know what? It's not really not that sick though, because if one person's death is saving another person's life, and it's not that I never would want that to happen.
I always
because I know what it feels like to lose somebody, and I would never want anybody to go through that. But I will say, just from my own personal experience and because of this podcast, I know that, you know, thousands, tens of thousands of lives have been saved just because Justin died, you know, because they decided not to get loaded today.
And you're living your life's purpose now.
Yeah. And it's so from that, I, you know, but not everybody in the world can feel that because they don't, you know, have the same type of program that I do. And and you know, and Justin wasn't my actual child, so I don't know, and I don't think I would feel any different if it was one of my children.
Right.
I would still be doing the same thing. But yeah, it's like, you know, if somebody's death can save another life.
I always say,
I mean, we had a guy here.
Yeah.
Frank's alive not because of a fentanyl death, but because of a car accident.
Wow.
The girl's heart was the right heart for him.
God bless him.
You know?
Absolutely. And I don't sugarcoat stuff. Like I say how it is because I don't want
Yeah.
people to, you know what I mean? And I just had a conversation with one of my sponsees. I was like, listen, like, somebody had to die for you to live. And I took you on as a sponsee. Like, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you how it is. And you're either going to love me or you're going to hate me. You're probably going to, I'll be on your fourth step, you know, and that's okay.
Sure.
If I'm not,
Yeah.
then I don't think that I'm doing something right. You know?
Right.
And I'm just like, seriously, like Taylor had to die for me to be able to take you on as a sponsee. And are you going to do the work or are you going to keep fucking off? You know? So it's wild. So wild. But like I said, life beyond my wildest dreams. You know, I have this 9 and 11-year-old that love me. You know, I have this amazing husband that absolutely loves me.
Yeah. Where did you meet him?
So we met at a CA convention in 2019, and it was crazy because, you know, he walked in. He's younger, so I'm a cougar now.
Is that a baby?
Yeah. He's like 36. I'll be 43, you know, so I got to
Okay.
stay young, try to keep up with my little youngster. Just kidding. But yeah, we met in August of 2019. And September, we made it official. October, we moved in together. November of 2019, DCS came knocking at our door. And his baby's mom's one of us. And we had the opportunity to get his son. And that's how we got him. So that's a whole story in itself. Like, you know, the baby mom, like, I would obsess so much about, first of all, I don't want this kid to ever feel like I felt as a stepchild.
Sure.
I want to have birthdays together. I want him to see me and mom interact and not feel any tension. So birthdays, Christmas, we did all those things together. She got her other 3 children back from DCS, and we got sole custody of the little boy. And yeah, it was good until it wasn't. And she lost the kids again. And now going and being on this side of the road, I fought that DCS case with them. And I was like, it's like looking at myself 9 years ago, you know? And I'm in the court and I'm like, God, I just want to strangle you. I want to strangle you because, first of all, the anger towards myself.
Yeah.
I'm looking at myself, you know? And I'm just like, bitch, open your eyes and realize you're about to lose these kids, you know? Stuff happened. She ended up getting loaded, and now we have to cut off communication and protect that little boy. She hasn't seen him in December. It'll be 2 years. Wow. Yeah. And I never wanted her to feel the pain that I felt from not being able to see my kid. But being on the other side of this, I have to protect that little boy.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's not your call.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, and the saddest part about this disease that we have is our insanely high tolerance for especially emotional pain. It's like, what other normal people, somebody with a disease, for real, somebody without the disease, if they were in our same situation and they are about to lose their children, they already, that pain that they're feeling right there then and there, they're willing to do whatever it takes to keep those children. But our disease is so insane. And you know, it talks about it in the Narcotics Anonymous book, and it is my number one favorite quote. And I hope that the mom finds that gift of desperation that we all have found. And I hope that the pain gets so severe that it outweighs her fear to change.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is with us. We are so afraid of the unknown,
Right.
that we're willing to sit and suffer in this pain that we're going through, the guilt, the shame, the depression, the loneliness, the sadness. I mean, all these feelings that are just like, overwhelming is
Yeah.
what they are, right? They're on their own. There is a purpose for them.
Right.
There's a purpose for guilt.
Yes.
Like my guilt that I feel today keeps me from sticking another needle in my arm today,
Yeah.
because I do not want to hurt those people that I hurt.
Totally.
Like, and so that guilt keeps me doing the next right indicated step. So there's reasons for these feelings, and for normal people to have these feelings, and they're not like on their own. They're really not bad.
Right.
This too shall pass.
Absolutely.
Like I actually love to feel sad. I love to think about Justin sometimes on Sunday mornings at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm doing a post and I'm fucking crying
You're feeling all the feelings.
because I'm feeling it, and
Right.
I'm like okay feeling it, because like what I start to remember is his last days when we were at Lake Havasu, and he was just blasting on the jet ski going back and forth, and he was smiling and
Living his best life.
his best life.
Yeah. Yep.
And I also remembered how much, because I know the same pain that he was in. Like I know how he felt.
Yep.
Like he's one of us.
Right.
Like I've never said on this podcast that Justin was a saint.
Right. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes.
But I did say that he went out and bought a Percocet from his neighbor, and it was not Percocet.
Right.
It was fentanyl.
Right.
And it had too much fentanyl. Had he done fentanyl before in his life? Yes. He had.
But it was that one time. Yeah. And
It doesn't make the story any different.
Not
It
at
doesn't
all.
make it any more or less painful.
Right. And that's what I'm waiting for. Like, honestly, I've obsessed so much about trying to fix her. And my therapist is like, you're not God.
No.
You have to let her go through her experiences.
Yeah.
She has to go through these. I've put her in treatment. I've literally like taken her to conventions with me and just made her feel a part, trying to get her into this lifestyle, and she doesn't want it. So now it's to the point where we're going to start severing her rights, and eventually I will adopt him. I've raised him since he was 3.
Yeah.
I took him to school for his first day. I got to pick him up. He was raised in these rooms,
Yeah.
He's like, are we going to a meeting today? And I was like, why, buddy? Did you have a bad day? And he's like, yeah. And that's where he knows that mommy and daddy go when we're having a bad day. We go to a meeting and we stay connected. So, yeah, it's wild. Like I said, again, beyond my wildest dreams.
Yeah, I always say stuff like that. But it's like I kind of changed it to beyond my like wildest imagination, because like I don't know, like my dreams have changed so much.
Right.
Like I used to dream of being like this massive drug dealer that didn't have to ever have a job but had all the cars and the girls and the But what was that? Just
What
an
was
empty,
that?
An emptiness.
Right. No, totally.
Like emptiness.
Yep.
I want to touch on something that you said earlier about when you talked about we live this lifestyle. And I wanted to touch back to February of this year, because the podcast really started to catch ground, and
Right.
Natalie had become a real
Influence.
influence in this podcast, and about a month prior she had dove into the word, and I was sitting here, and I'd known her. I mean, we've been doing the podcast for well over a year regularly together. And I started to notice this change in her
Right.
in a month's time. Like every day, it became an everyday thing for her, where she
Like
was,
a glow.
Yep.
Yep.
Her coffee and got Jesus.
Coffee and Jesus.
Coffee
Yeah.
and Jesus, and she started posting that every morning, and I started noticing the difference in how she spoke
Right.
on the podcast and how she was attentive to the guest.
Right.
And I was like, wow, you know what? I need that in my life, because I wanted to make sure that I saw this stuff changing, and I wanted to make sure, and I had heard her also say that I want to make sure that I'm walking the talk that I'm talking.
Absolutely.
So I started diving into it. And since around, I don't know, probably March, I've been every morning. I skipped like 2 days recently just because I was like really irritated. And I don't necessarily regret it, because it opened another door for me.
Right.
I was at a meeting 2 Friday nights ago, and this guy, I shared my story, and I was talking about my most recent relapse, and then I ended up at the best detox center in the country, at least for me.
For you.
It's 550 North Flower Street in Santa Ana. It's our local county jail.
Okay.
And it's the only one that works for me,
Listen.
because they close the door and I can't get out.
Right.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
And I told that story, and the guy after, he was the security guard for the church where the meeting was.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me and he goes, laughing, I know where that is. And he goes, you want a little Jesus to put on your dashboard? And he gives me this little rubber Jesus.
We pass them out too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it's the guy I'm talking about.
Yep.
He's like that big.
Yep.
So I stuck him on my dashboard, and he's been there ever since. I even try to knock him off. I'll try to gas it. And he won't fall. He's not like glued on or anything.
That's
Really?
great.
Yeah.
It's this little Jesus doll.
Little Jesus
Yep.
doll.
Shut up.
I swear.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one in my purse right now. I think it's on my desk at the office. But yeah.
So
Go pass them.
my point is that those 2 days where I didn't dive into the word,
Yep.
that my little Jesus doll was sitting on there on my way to work. And I grew up in the church, so it's not weird for me to pray, but I've always been a silent prayer. And I get on my knees in my room and I pray, and it's kind of not necessarily formal, but it's my own prayer. And I grabbed this doll on my way to work, because I'm going through some shit, right? And I just started talking to him out loud. Hey,
He hears
Jesus.
you. For sure.
And since that day, I've done it every day. It's been like 4 days in a row.
Right?
Yeah. And today I dove back in, because today I was kind of getting bored. I was going through the New Testament chapter by book, and I was kind of getting bored with the message, because
Okay.
it does repeat itself a lot, because the stories are like different people talking about different versions of
For sure.
how they saw Jesus and his word. So lately I've needed something that
More.
yes.
Yep.
So I chat GPT and me are friend, really good friends. Like
Me too.
I got projects going
Oh,
on.
yes.
I've got, and then one of my projects where I'm dealing with some stuff, I was like, hey, read through my stuff. Give me some verses. This was this morning. I said, give me some verses that, books of the Bible actually that go with what I'm going through. And it was John chapter 1. So I went straight to John chapter 1 this morning. And I've been doing this stuff, It's crazy though, because I'm going to tell another part of the story, because I've been diving into all of this stuff, and since I've been in it, the attacks by the devil to try to distract me have been brutal,
Right.
to say the least.
For sure.
I mean, she gets to witness the attacks, because they're not always just attacks at me. They're attacks at our company. They're attacks
Right.
at, our finance. They're
We
attacks
call
at
those haters.
haters. Yeah.
That means we're doing something
That's
right.
right.
For real.
Which I mean, at some point, and today's we do this other like Jesus. It's not Jesus Calling, but it's written by the same lady. Today's was amazing. It was like, because it talked about because I chose this road.
Right.
I chose this road, not the easy road.
Yeah.
And I don't want the easy road. I want this road.
Right.
So whatever it is, whatever you want to attack me with, bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it, because I am at a point where with everything that I've gotten to, which I'm grateful about, it started with her diving into the word, right?
Yep. Attraction, not
It is. It's based on attraction,
Yeah.
not promotion.
not promotion.
She didn't even know.
She didn't even know.
She didn't even fucking know
That's the best. That is.
until I told her. I said, I said, can I get the same Bible that you're reading, because I want to start studying the word again myself.
Have you guys heard of the Fat Book?
No.
Okay, so it's the AA book, but it breaks it down. And I haven't started reading it yet. A friend just told me about it. So I just got it for me and my husband. But it's called The Fat Book on Amazon. And it's the big book, but it goes by verses. It talks about verses
Nice.
that are reflecting from the readings in the big book.
Nice.
And I'm like, ugh. Because I need stuff to like dummy down. Like,
Yeah.
For sure.
I can be
The
smart.
AA book is not dummied down.
I'm like,
it was
what-
like written.
what does that mean?
Written in an older language by smarter people than, but
Right.
I should say more educated people than I am.
Sure.
Because these guys were
Doctors and
educated.
Absolutely.
My vocabulary
Yeah.
it's not always that big. Now, if I want the dummied down version, that's why I read. That's why I pick up the Narcotics Anonymous book.
No, NA book is good too.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's just written.
It's just like pretty
how I
matter of
talk.
fact.
But I do love. I have literally one more chapter left, and I have read the Narcotics Anonymous book again for like the umpteenth time.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I
Yeah.
read it all the way through, like from the beginning to the end. It only took me like
Not long.
3 weeks.
Nice.
I do a little. I have a routine.
little bit of both.
A little bit of. Well, I never did AA stuff until her sponsor like gave her some stuff, and I was like,
He
oh,
basically wanted to see what I did in the morning, so I gave him in my sponsorship line. We have marching orders in the morning.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, big dog, let's go.
Here you
So
go.
I gave him the first sheet of like the marching orders, and then it was funny because our Peter's
Peter.
our CCO, right?
He's the
CO.
chief compliance.
Yeah,
officer,
CCO.
yeah.
I always get confused on those ones, but he's in the program as well.
Uh-huh.
And then immediately he's like, "Wait, what's going on over there?" He's like, "Well, you can't be his sponsor." I was like, "Peter,
We ain't
I'm
I'm not sponsoring Chad. I'm
Right.
just giving him like a suggested. It's just literally our prayers and readings that we do in
Right.
the morning. But I think what's great about it is that like sobriety and sponsorship and everything like that, it looks very, very different on every single human.
Every person.
And same with like however your relationship with your higher power. You know, he wants to hold Jesus in his hand. Cool. You're establishing your relationship.
Right.
The way that I talk to my God is going to be very different than the way that you guys talk to yours. And how I talk is very different. Sometimes I'm yelling, sometimes I'm crying, sometimes I'm silent. It's like
Sometimes
all
I'm cussing.
Totally. Like what the fuck, you know?
I mean, I have done that.
Yeah.
Like I tell God the truth how
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
He already knows the truth though. And like
Yeah.
even
So
when
why hide it?
exactly.
Right.
And so it's like, you know, I hear Chad when he says like, you know, walking through some things and it's very different because as you work in treatment too, it's like we have the opportunity to work in treatment, but also we're fortunate to work in treatment.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to stay diligent on our own recovery or else it will spill into our daily life as well because it is 24/7 and shit doesn't close. And I get wrapped up and he gets to watch and because this is the first time I'm experiencing my own like home with him.
Got you.
So it's like a breeze for everybody else, but I'm new to the party, so I'm like in it, like as
Yeah.
if like I'm gonna be able to save everybody and
Everybody.
do hella shit, and I
I
can't.
Totally.
I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing today.
He's rude though, so like we'll be in meetings and he's like everything's gonna be fine, like or no, what did you say? I don't know. I'm watching something going on and following along, and he's like basically told me to like stop worrying about it and pay attention to our meeting, you know. But I can't help it.
You get stuck in
I
it.
get stuck in it because I think that I
Sucked
can like
in.
add some type of like provide something.
Right.
But anyways, getting distracted, squirrel.
Squirrel.
I hear him like talking about certain things that we've walked through, and trust me, since I've been out here for the last 2 years and gone all in, it has not been pink roses and butterflies and rainbows and that people think that it is. It's definitely not. I mean, I couldn't be happier.
Right.
On like a personal level, but at the same coin, there's a lot of moving parts. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have come our way as well. But if God is for me, who can be against me?
Totally.
And that has to be like the stronghold.
Right.
So it's like, I'm really fortunate with the team here because it's like, yeah, sometimes he's walking through something, but that's why we don't do this alone. So it's like,
Right.
I remember like who the fuck you are.
Right.
And whose son
Never
you are.
forget where you came from.
Totally.
No.
And you saddle the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the same for me.
Right.
I was in a mood the other day. I actually am pretty like
Chill.
like pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But I'll have my moments.
Yeah.
And it's
Lewis,
very obvious.
you should have put the camera on me when she was saying that, man. I had some good faces I was making.
But he pulls me out, you know?
For sure. I can be a brat sometimes
For
too.
sure.
Ask my husband. He's like, what the fuck?
And like
Who's
sometimes,
that?
and like what's crazy about being self-aware now of like I know that I am at that moment.
Right.
But where before I just am pissed off because no one's acting the way that I want them to do.
Right.
The script is not working.
Right.
You're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right.
But now I know it's like me. I'm the
Yeah,
problem, and like
I'm the
I'll
problem.
shake it. But It's a wild ride.
I had to lay hands on her. I had to.
he was trying to be crazy and trying to be like,
Huh?
I rebuke whatever is going on.
Telling the devil to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
great.
and then the very next day, the devil got in me.
Oh,
That's gnarly. Yesterday, actually,
man.
our Costco haul would have probably been twice as good.
I
Huh,
seen
Lewis?
she beat
Poor
you.
Poor Lewis.
did.
Lewis had the shitty end of the stick yesterday. Like two.
Oh, he was filming you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Emily had the good. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
She was like, "What
you
is
were
happening?"
You were on fire. You were not only were you the winner of the Costco haul.
Lewis lit me up with a competition, and then Rain had the fuel, and I was like, "Zzz."
Yeah, and then she but she also was the star of yesterday's show. So
Okay.
yeah, I will say the one show that I was the star of got
Round off.
240 how many, Lewis? 242, right?
43.
243?
I think so.
Damn. Now
Likes or
views.
views?
Yeah.
Okay.
It fucking blew up though for a Costco haul, right? Like it's kind of weird. We're we do this for fun,
Right.
Because we want to show people we actually
We want to show
Yeah.
people.
we actually do work in treatment.
Right.
This is what we do in between working in treatment. Like
Tweetment?
tweakment. Tweakment? No.
I taught I taught putty tat. Is that you guys know what?
Yes.
Emily,
Oh
Lewis,
my
you guys
God.
know what that is? What's it?
Sylvester the cat.
Sylvester the
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
What was
showing
the
our
little,
age
the little,
right now.
the little bird's name? No,
Tweety.
Tweety bird. Yeah,
We're showing our age.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest, so that's good. Makes me feel great.
It's okay.
I'm over 50.
It's all right.
You'll be
Living
okay.
your best life.
Yeah.
Living-
50
I
is the
am-
new 40.
I
you
am
go.
living my best life.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the best shape of my life too. It's crazy. 51.
That's
Again,
amazing.
thanks to
This one over here.
I know, I'm
Th-
just
thanks
a
to-
goddamn blessing.
Yes.
thanks to Natty.
Huh?
Yeah,
All natty, baby.
yeah.
Yes. I love it.
But it's important to show like sobriety and what that looks like. Where somebody can look at you and feel like comfortable.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, cool. I could be sober because this chick is fucking looks just like me.
Yeah.
Dialed in.
Right.
You only in my eyes, I thought it was like, all these old stuffy people that thought they're like too cool for school.
cool.
And
You thought it
all
was
this.
just like 50-year-old,
Yes.
51-year-old,
Yep.
Who thinks that
white
shit
white
don't
Anglo
stink.
Yep.
wasps. They're
and,
called
and thought that like
Anglo
never.
Sass. What are they?
What?
White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. That's a WASP.
Okay.
That's what most people would think as members of Alcoholics
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Right.
And they come in with their suits,
All
they
the
smoke-
buttoned up
they
and all
smoke-
together.
They smoke cigarettes and they drink
Super
coffee.
judgmental.
Little do they know.
Little
like,
do they know.
they're 35 years sober, cheating
Totally.
on their wife.
Yep.
Fucking angry as shit. And
Oh, those ones are no good.
Those-
See, that's
You see,
another thing. That's the
it's-
thing.
and
Humans.
it's based on attraction rather than
Yes,
promotion.
Like you ladies are a product of the 12-step community.
for sure.
Yeah.
And the difference is I could tell you guys work a program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. For
I
real.
I love the fucking program.
I do too.
too.
It saved my life.
Me too.
Thank
You
God
know?
for the program.
It saved my life.
Could you imagine having to go through like some hard ass shit?
Oh my God.
Like, I mean, some gnarly ass shit and not have a program and not have a support group and not have
We've tried. All of us have tried
Right.
and failed.
Yeah.
Think
I
about
mean,
it.
I know a lot of people that, man, it's just like, and I know some people that are going to be going through some hard ass shit. And it's like, bam, hopefully, I hope they find God. I hope they really find a program,
Right.
you know,
And work it.
and
Well,
work
that's
it.
the thing is like why today I feel like we're real lucky. We're real blessed because at one point in time, thinking it was like this horrible thing that we have, or at least I had this disease, yada, whatever, poor me type thing. I couldn't be more grateful because of like what you just said.
Right.
Because it's like we have something, we have a toolkit that we can go to when times are good and when times are bad, and we can pull from whatever is going on in our own personal lives, and having that like accountability and self-awareness and
Totally.
service tool is so insane because I'd been searching for that my whole entire life to
whole
fill me up,
Yep.
and I couldn't ever find it until obviously working this program, and the vast majority of people don't even have the accountability. I have no problem to be like, dude, I had no idea that I hurt your feelings by saying whatever,
Right.
or this, that, or the other. I have no problem. Where before I wanted to be like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You know?
Yeah. No, totally.
Where it's like, it's just a different perspective.
I
Where
still do that sometimes, but, I try.
Do you make an amends right away though?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done something. There's only been one time in these last 2 years that something was going on. I'll never forget it either. I was in Catherine's office, and I was like bitching and complaining about something was going on, and then I hear Chad with his like bitch ass comment from the conference table, and he says, "Well, it sounds like it's not moving the way that Natalie wants it to move," or something that really pissed
Don't
me
you
off.
know who we think we are?
Totally. And so I was like, I don't know what happened or what exactly was going on. And I remember, I don't know what I said or what I did, but I do remember that I came back into the office, or maybe it was the next day. Do you remember this?
No, I'm not. No.
You don't?
No.
But I had apologized by, I don't know what exactly I said. Nothing too crazy, but I had taken accountability of like whatever I had mentioned was totally had nothing to do with the conversation. It was merely like me being in my own shit.
For
you know?
sure. That happens
remember
with
that?
my husband.
No.
How rude. It's only been one thing, and like,
Right.
you don't even remember
You
it.
don't even remember?
Fuck.
What the hell?
Yeah, thinking about yourself too
Right.
much.
Apparently, it didn't affect me.
Clearly.
I don't even remember you apologizing.
Wow, that's crazy.
My husband
good
loves
shit,
those
huh,
times
Lewis?
though. He's like, say it louder.
Right?
You're right. He's like, say it again.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
ever.
Right.
Fuck,
Right.
man.
Right.
But
Or like, even stuff like, I feel really insecure by whatever this X, Y, and Z is like, whoa, as opposed to instead of trying to like pick a fight or do something, to really not acknowledge those types of feelings, because that's usually what it stems from, some type of fear
For
or
sure.
insecurity or
For sure.
whatever that kind of creeps up into our own brains.
Absolutely. Woo. It's deep. It's freaking deep. And then the whole like relationship thing. Your husband's not in the program.
Oh no, I'm getting a divorce too.
No, you're actually.
He's a normie.
you're-
I'm
you're
officially
officially divorced today.
Holy shit. Congratulations.
What's today?
you.
What's today's date?
No,
Let's,
it got
Is the
stamped on
28th.
So how crazy is this? It actually got stamped by the judge on August 22nd. I was actually married on August 21st.
Wow.
Not weird.
That's crazy.
I don't know how weird that is, but
it's just, I mean, it's like.
Well, now this
unreal.
is going to be
No,
like
I don't know.
like you.
this is going to be a new chapter for you.
Yeah.
It's a new book.
And not only that, I walked through it sober
Right.
and good, and like
good.
still at this moment, I haven't done anything where I need to make an amends for.
Right.
So, but the day's still young because I'm sure it'll come.
It'll come. That's all
Just
right.
go on Instagram. Sorry.
But yeah, it's good. But it's also having a program allows me to move and not sit in something.
Or it's not
You
sitting
know?
in your shit.
I'm like 40 years old, and I'm almost 41 years old. There'd be nothing worse than staying in a marriage that's like not serving for myself or for him.
For sure. And like my husband and I, so he's in the program too,
Sure.
but like he has to do his program and
Totally.
I have to do mine, and then we meet in the middle as
Love
well. People call us a power couple. We do marriage counseling, and it's not because our marriage is
Sure.
fucked up, but because we've been in such toxic relationships
guys.
that we don't know how to be in a healthy relationship. I love my therapist. She does one-on-one therapy with him. She does one-on-one therapy with me. And then we do marriage counseling and every month.
Dude, this is another guest. So if you guys have not, Emily, I'm calling you out on this too. Everyone that we've had on, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to end up going to therapy because there are like a lot of guests rave about therapy. Emily back here keeps telling me to go to therapy. This one, he doesn't tell me to go to therapy, but he says it can
In his own way.
In his own way.
I just you know, I think therapy saved my life.
Mine too.
Therapy, I worked all 12 steps.
Yep.
And stuck a needle in my arm.
Right.
Because I had unresolved trauma that the steps doesn't address.
Right. I always say, like, it's a sliver of this pie. Treatment, sliver, step work, sponsorship, sponsees, all that. It's a sliver of the pie. If you don't heal from your past trauma, you're going to bleed onto others.
And if you bleed onto others, especially if you're anything like me, that pain that you cause those others,
it's going to be ugly.
If you don't have all the pieces connected,
right,
you're going to want to get loaded, or you're going to want to kill yourself, or you're going to want to, you'll be so miserable that,
right,
eventually something has to happen.
Right.
And for me, it was like finally saying, okay, I actually need to do work. And mine ended up being a godsend, though, because I always went to a female therapist, always went to and for whatever reason, I could tell them whatever.
Right.
I could even talk about the trauma, but I felt like I always was manipulating them.
Mm-hmm.
I never felt whatever.
For sure.
And finally, I had this male therapist because I got, I went to treatment and he was the therapist, and there was only one therapist, and it was a male.
Yeah.
I ended up seeing this guy for 2 years after treatment.
I'm telling you, once you start therapy, it's going to be a whole other level for you. You're going to feel so relieved and just things that you never felt, for real. Therapy literally saved my life. It saved, and not even like, I can't say it saved my marriage, but not because my marriage is bad. Like I'm a runner and I'm a fighter. And my husband is like, what would Jesus do type stuff, and totally opposite, but yeah, therapy, and it's brought out stuff with him and helped him through some things, and it's also helped me through things. And then like the insecurities and stuff, I have no insecurities in my relationship whatsoever. My husband, love him. But there has been issues, because of past relationships, feeling like, oh my God, is she going to leave me?
Mm-hmm.
I got gastric bypass. I get skinny. Mm-hmm. And he's like, she's going to leave me for somebody else, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I love you. I would never leave you. I look at you. Like, I'm not even entertaining that bullshit, and we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but he supports me in everything that I do. Next week, or September 11th, I go to New York, and I'm going to walk in New York Fashion Week.
Wow. Yeah. Congratulations. That's amazing.
And he supports me, and he loves me through all this. When I told him I was coming here, I was super bummed that I couldn't bring him with me because he's booked out for tattoos, but he's like, I love you, babe. I love you, and I support you in everything that you do, and I support him too.
We met your husband.
You did,
yeah,
yeah, yep, you did, and he's an amazing man. Best thing that I've ever had in my life. But I know that God had His hand in all of that, and God placed him in my life at the right time too. Sure. Because at that time, like I dealt with fuckboys and like. I wasn't even looking for a relationship. And the day that I met him, I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, I'm going to marry him one day.
Oh, wow.
She's like, Christin, you're crazy. You've only known him 24 hours. And I was like, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And here we are 6 years later. And we're still together. We met one time and didn't leave each other's side. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is hope.
There is
Fuck.
absolute.
There is hope. Natalie,
Yeah.
there's hope.
There is. I promise you.
I just think it's very interesting, the therapy thing, because for so long I'm like, no. I mean, I've been like, I tried a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then more recently, and more even
It
like our
keeps
guests,
coming up.
it keeps coming up. So I just told Emily this morning to find me one.
Yep.
It's funny.
God.
It's funny because, you know, like, just like Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, you could go to a meeting and have a bad experience. That doesn't mean that Alcoholics Anonymous is bad.
Right.
Or if you go to a therapist and
You're
it's
right.
just you just aren't, it's not what you think it was going to be. Try a different therapist.
Try a different therapist. Give it a little bit of time. You know,
You might
you're
not be
starting
ready.
to peel
Be
layers.
open, be willing, all the bullshit we
All
say
the
for
shit.
a
Also,
thing, all
too,
the stuff
like-
that I say.
Sure.
So I need to like do it with a therapist.
Give
too.
it time with
Like, stop being a
with a
With the
therapist
therapist.
because it doesn't
like a first
start.
date.
Sometimes it
Like a
starts.
first date.
Well, sometimes sometimes first dates go amazing, right? And then the relationship ends up being
The honeymoon
Faster.
stage is over. And
Over.
you're like, who the
And you're like,
fuck is this? Ugh. Yeah.
So, and then I hear these stories about people who like they were friends for 5 years and they never even really knew that they liked each other, and then one day
How? Like, nah, bro.
I've heard these stories.
Listen,
know, I
my
have
husband
to.
watched me from the sidelines for like from March until August. He had finally slid into my DMs and was like, "So you're hanging out with my friends?" And I was like, "Those are my friends. We're at a convention."
But he saw you from afar. But
From
you didn't-
afar.
That's different.
and I was doing like the Hope Dealer clothes
Sure.
and stuff, and he was like, "Who's this bitch?" Like,
Right.
I do Hope Dealer stuff, and he's like, "Ugh," and hating from a distance.
Sure.
And then he met me and
Fell in love.
fell in love. I was like, "Haha."
You're like, now what?
I wanted to say one thing to you before we end this podcast. I wanted to tell you about and I don't know if you've heard about it at all, but we built the very first AI for addiction. It's primarily for addiction, right?
I see it.
And the reason why I'm saying this is, as you were talking earlier about going into prisons and places like that,
Yeah.
it's a really good place to be.
Implement the AI tool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It really is. I met with the commander in chief last week for MCSO, Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
yeah.
And I'm in the process of, so we have a program called Redeemed in county. And it's a program, like a substance abuse program that they take while they're there. It's like a 10-week program. And I am working on teaching the inmates and also talking to the officers about resources that are available. And in Maricopa County, they get tablets. Same thing in prison. They have tablets. So getting the information onto the tablets, also the podcast. You guys should look into doing the podcast. I don't know, or do they have tablets here and stuff? Because of COVID, what happened, and that's how they were communicating. So they have.
I think they do now.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I
would
feel like that is like the trend that's happening
It is.
inside now is that they have tablets.
Yeah.
For sure.
I do too.
For sure. So I'm working with MCSO right now to get my podcast onto the tablet
Yeah.
so that other people can listen to it.
Yeah.
And you guys should do it here because you guys have a great following. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the AI thing, we're in 2025. You got to get on this bandwagon or you're going to be left behind.
They're gonna get left behind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was telling my CEO that, like we got to get my podcast visual because otherwise we're never going to be viral and we're not going to be able to catch a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like I want to catch more people.
You should tell your CEO. We have a company called Anonymity that is it's a full blown marketing, branding, lead gen, social media.
Wow.
Because the whole way that people market and advertise for treatment centers is going to change. It's
For sure.
changing fast,
Absolutely.
rapidly. we fell into the social media game because of my son-in-law's passing.
Okay.
But I've been in the business for 25 years and had treatment centers for almost 23 now. And I've always been an internet guy. So I
Me too.
had all my stuff online back in 2001.
Right.
And that's how I got my clients forever now, years. But
Yeah.
Google itself is changing. And if people, and the type of people that in the world, they have changed. They want visual. Like it's
They
not
wanna
that
see it.
it's not that hard for Natalie and I to sell treatment because they've seen our faces.
Right.
They know who we are. Sometimes the
Absolutely.
clients, they come up to us and they start talking to us like they know us, and like I have no idea who this person
You're like,
is, right? But
they're like,
it's
I watch you.
yeah,
You know?
and
No, I
they
get
feel,
it.
but they feel like they know us,
They do.
and that's an important piece. So like, I want to help people
Everywhere.
change.
Right.
Because the truth is like there's not enough I don't have enough beds for every client.
How many beds do you have?
We have, I mean, if we stretch it all out, our census right now between all of the facilities is probably like around 130, but
Okay.
we can stretch it up to 250 beds if we need to.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We have 578 at Crossroads.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we have 10 facilities and we're the biggest in the Southwest,
Yeah.
But and we just started, we take all Medicaid. Remember, I was messaging you yesterday. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
when I was getting off the plane and my husband's like, there's a guy here in California and he needs treatment. And it just so happens that it's
IEHP, which is Medi-Cal.
Right.
Here, yeah.
And-
It's one of the Medi-Cal programs.
And Tish and I went to a behavioral health thing yesterday and met like 65 different providers. Actually, there was 104 there. And going in there and seeing like how different California is from Arizona,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Yeah.
And then we all deal with Medicaid. We're an access-based facility, but now we're starting to get into the realm of commercial insurance also.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother industry.
That's
very
that's where
cutthroat.
that's where we play.
Right.
That's where we've played since. Well, I've been playing in that industry, that part since
For a
before it
while.
was even a
thing?
Yeah, because I started it was a cash pay industry.
Are you guys dealing with like the marketplace at
I mean, we get
Insurance out
we
here?
get marketplace insurance, yeah,
But-
because I'm in network with most of them.
but them doing like the fraudulent stuff where they're putting people that are on like Medicaid, they're getting them signed up for Facebook or
No, you can't
or
be on Medicaid and or Medi-Cal
Gotcha.
and be on insurance on the now.
Medicaid and Medi-Cal are
Well,
two
they're,
different?
no, they're the same.
Okay.
The Medi-Cal is Medicaid in other states.
Gotcha.
So no, we don't do that.
I got you.
You can. Some of the people can cancel it if they want to cancel
That's
it.
what. Yeah.
If you want to cancel it and you qualified it to get the insurance, then do that. I think people are better off because I think people are better off having private insurance than government insurance.
Right.
But you should follow the rules, whatever those rules are. I don't know the exact rules in the laws.
Arizona, it's really bad right now.
Yeah.
We went through the AIHP thing, which is the American Indian Health Plans, and they,
Our industry ruined it.
totally.
That's what we do.
Totally.
That's what we do.
And now they're doing the marketplace stuff where they're actually paying for them to get on to these plans and paying their copay so that they can build the insurance because the Medicaid stuff is. And now, like, we're losing people. We're freaking killing people, you
Yeah.
know? And it's really heartbreaking, like, being out there and being out. And they see us, like we've built this platform and people see us and they just want to do what we're doing. And people in this industry are fucking it up.
Yeah.
That's really why though I've created these like the AI tool and some of these other things because eventually this stuff it's gonna blow up.
It is.
And Google's not gonna be the spot to go. I mean, and granted, if you had a platform where you could go and and people could actually tell people the appropriate way to do things and what's fraudulent and what's not fraudulent. It'll start to weed some of the people out,
Right.
you know, because they'll start going to the places, because the AI tool eventually will have tons of treatment centers on it.
Right.
You'll be able to talk to it. You'll get to, if you're in Arizona and you have a Medicaid plan,
This is where you can go.
This is where you can go.
Love it.
If you're in Florida and you have a Cigna policy,
Right.
you can go anywhere. So pick one.
Right.
Pick
And
one.
then building like this whole thing on AI and like, I want this amenity and I want to have cold plunges and saunas. And,
Yeah. So I
Fitness.
won't allow, so the vetting process, because we own the AI and we'll always own the AI, is that the vetting process is I'm not going to let people on that are doing, we have a program, tons of programs here in LA that are just, they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, the stuff they do. It's a straight fraud. It's severe body brokering. It's
sick.
It's disgusting.
It really is. And it's heartbreaking because people are dying out there
Yeah,
all for money.
the dollar bill.
Right.
You know.
Don't get greedy.
Well,
No.
meanwhile, over here, it's like we're trying to do everything the proper, correct way.
Right.
But then it makes no sense to me how somebody can continue to even keep their facilities open. And doing what they're doing when
Letting them go get loaded.
Yeah.
Not even doing groups, doing online groups. So half the people are actually loaded in the treatment
God.
center.
So bad.
They don't turn their phones on. I mean, they'll log into the group. It's insanity.
Yeah.
It's fucking insanity. Like,
Our program it's really good. We've been around 65 years. So,
Yeah.
We're doing something right.
yep.
And, we do a 45-day program. You don't have your phones. You are focused just
Nice.
on, and we're peer driven too. So I'm maybe the 5% that hasn't went through the program, but you would never know
Yeah.
that I didn't go through their program because I bang it like I bang my dope,
Yeah.
And Crossroads is absolutely amazing, We also do like art therapy and yoga and all that stuff, and that's a huge part in it as well,
Yeah.
So, and now, like our yoga girls are actually going into the prison and teaching yoga and sound bath
wow.
in the
That's
prisons. Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
It's amazing. It really is. And so Tisha is part of Bridges Reentry, and that's a huge thing. I don't know if reentry is big out here, but reentry in Arizona is really big. And she does a program called Raising My Voice. And I'm actually taking the program right now. It's a 6-week program to learn me to, I tell my story all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm learning to articulate it in a different aspect, like not telling it in a recovery.
Sure.
I have a call to action and I'm emphasizing on a certain thing. Like I'm about to do my testimony and it's a 10 to 12 minute testimony. And we're talking about my relapse from losing my daughter and what I've went through to accomplish where I am right now, and being able to articulate it in a way that is good,
Yeah. Right.
And that's the thing. Like I recover out loud so others don't have to die in silence.
Exactly.
And I'm super vulnerable and I'm super I chose men and drugs over my kids.
Right.
And yes, it's the guilt and the shame from that was unbearable at times, but I've learned to forgive myself and know that there's other girls out there that have gone through that and they have so much guilt and shame from it, like sticking a needle in their arm and numbing it. You don't have to do that. You can come over here. We can show you,
And it's
that's
not as hard as you think.
It's not.
That's the part. It's not as scary as you think either.
Right. Right.
It's not.
And it's
it's
such a
not
relief.
it's not doing nothing, but you're doing nothing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
funny
doing
to
worse
me.
than nothing.
Yeah, it's funny because they're like, oh, I need to get a job. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. And I'm like,
No, how about just stop for a
just
minute?
stop.
Just stop.
Stop for a second. Go to fucking treatment.
Yeah, I know.
And what are you doing out here? No, you don't need to have a job right now. Well, I have this to pay and I have that to pay. You haven't been paying that for 6
Totally.
years.
That's my whole
Like,
thing. Is
what
like,
are
what
you
are you
doing?
What are you talking about? You haven't been doing any of that. So now all of a sudden you want to like not go into treatment because you have all of these responsibilities. It's like, bro,
I
you
need
haven't
to
been
be
doing
there
shit.
for my kids. Bitch, you haven't been there in fucking 2
Yeah.
years. What do you mean?
And isn't that wild?
It is to me.
know.
I'm like, but again,
But we've all
I
been
get it.
there.
We've
you know,
all
I-
been
I
there.
get-
Yeah.
I get the insanity. Like, you know, if it wasn't for, you know, the Orange County Sheriff's Department and
saved your life.
yeah, and the bail agent that kicked in my door and the judge that put the warrant out.
Oh yeah.
You know, fuck, man. Who knows? Because my last one, I wasn't willing to come back.
Right.
I was so riddled with guilt and shame that I was gonna ride, and I had settled in that I was gonna ride this one to the end,
Till the wheels fell off.
to the death.
Yeah.
You know, and man, you know, I think about it now, and like, I'm grateful I didn't, because like, I would have missed
All these things.
my son going to Baylor University.
Wow.
You know,
It's amazing. Amazing.
I would have missed my daughter getting sober herself. I'd have missed lots
All
of
of that.
stuff.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You know?
I'd have missed getting married
Mm.
and having another step monster. No, child.
I would have missed getting married and divorced.
Listen,
You might have missed the WWE.
it's going to be a
that would've been
blessing.
fact.
You would have missed it?
Oh, for sure. If I wasn't sober, I would have been on the Bad Girls Club.
Hell yeah. I got that tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Back in the day.
But thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you
this
so
episode
much.
was incredible.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And there's so much good stuff in here. You know,
I want to try my shirt.
I'm gonna put a shirt
I know
on
your
before.
love for Jesus. So we
So-
brought you some Team God lifetime player. We sell these at the shop. My friend Charles Taylor makes them, and
Yeah. Tell us what shop.
so Everlasting Ink in Phoenix, Arizona. You can come.
Can they get them online too, or no?
hit me up,
Okay.
Kristen Day. You can absolutely.
You can DM her.
I can. Yes. You
She'll
can
DM you back
yeah.
too, man.
I
And
sure
it's
will.
pink. Look at it. It's my color.
I know. I had to get you pink.
Yeah.
Yep.
I should put it on, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We'll have to take some
I'm
pictures
gonna
Yeah.
take a picture
for sure.
Yeah.
But
And
thank
then I
so
brought
much.
you the
You're
Hope
absolutely-
dealer.
Oh yeah, this one too. I'm
Hope
putting on-
dealer.
Hope dealer.
From a dope dealer
That's
to a
right.
hope dealer.
Yeah, become a hope dealer, guys.
I literally have it on the back of my car. It's on my license plate. Everything. Like
You can become a hope dealer and a hopeaholic all at the same time.
Ooh.
that's how
Oh.
everybody knows me as a hope dealer.
Nice.
So
I like
sell
that.
that shit. You know, I even got a tattoo.
Oh
in-
shit! Yeah, you do.
I got that. I
The
got that.
Hopeaholic.
I got
Where's my ink?
hopeaholic right there.
We need
I'm
to pop a
hopeaholic.
cherry.
Huh?
We need to.
I have nothing.
Well-
Not one.
I know a guy.
You know, she like I think she should get a tattoo.
I think so
But see,
too.
like the problem is like I don't do just like one. I'm not very much of
One
thing. So it's like if I'm gonna do something, I'd like want my whole fucking
we're gonna
leg
have you sleeved out
or something. You know.
Yes.
I was thinking about it. I think doing my whole one leg would be kind of tight.
Listen, my husband's gonna be at Golden State Tattoo
That's her.
September 11th.
I got
Cause then I could always cover it up. Like you know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying?
my lady did this one. I laid there. I had the hiccups. Remember when I had the hiccups? I had the hiccups
Oh
for
yeah, that was
fucking
crazy.
72 hours straight.
What?
You
Yeah.
guys, should I do my leg?
Yes.
I think you should
Let's
do your whole
go.
leg.
I'm
You
telling
do
you.
not. You
the
told me not to.
I think you
Did
should
you?
Don't listen to him.
Sleeve your whole leg.
Hell yeah.
Sleeve
That's
it.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, like sleeved up.
Yeah.
I love sleeved up.
It's funny. My parents are like, my dad, specifically my stepdad, he's like, if you get one more tattoo, I am disowning you. And I was like, okay, Dad.
You're like you're talking to the wrong one.
Right. Like, when are you're switching from one addiction to another? And I said, when are you going to learn to stop bitching at me and telling me how to live my life? I'm going to do it just to piss
Yeah,
you off.
exactly. I love it. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
again.
Yes. Thank you.